Good afternoon. We are discussing digestion absorption topic. Okay. Till yesterday's class, we have completed about the digestive glands, followed by the mechanism of digestion. Both topics we have completed, and today we are going to complete the last tertiary topics of the chapter, that is absorption and the disorders related to digestive system, and followed by respiratory system. Also, we are going to start. Okay, so first absorption. After the process of absorption, the digested food in terms of nutrients has to be entered our bloodstream, so that through blood that digested nutrients, very simplified nutrients, will reach our body tissues. Okay, so from the digestive tract, especially in the intestine. Okay, after complete digestion, these nutrients will be entered into the blood and also lymph. Okay, blood and lymph both with these nutrients will enter. So this process is called absorption. Okay, in single line we can define like this: the transfer of end products of digestion through intestinal mucosal layer into the lymph and blood. First blood, then lymph. Okay. So this is absorption meaning. And here the complete absorption topic, I have given one flow chart. So if you look at the flow chart, you will understand everything, and I'll explain all the components of the absorption topic. Okay. So look here, absorption. I already explained you the meaning of concept of absorption now. Okay. The transport of digested end products of digestion entering into the blood and lymph. That is called absorption. Okay. So here three topics we are learning in the absorption. First one, types of absorption. Next, absorption of lipids. Second topic is absorption of lipids. And third topic is the absorption at different parts of alimentary canal. Okay. So in the absorption itself, there are three topics we are going to study. The first topic is types of absorption. Second type, absorption of lipids. And third topic is the absorption at different parts of alimentary canal, how it is going to take place. So these are the three topics we are going to finish now. So coming to types of absorption. There are basically two types of absorption. One is passive and the other one active. Passive, active. Okay, passive, active. So what may be the difference between the active and passive absorption? Very simple. First, passive absorption means the transfer of end products of digestion through intestine. Okay, the transfer of the absorption of nutrients. Very simple. Okay, already absorption meaning we know. So the process of absorption from higher concentrated region to lower concentrated region without utilization of any kind of energy, without expenditure of energy. So that is called passive absorption. That is called passive absorption. The transfer of nutrients, or absorption of nutrients from the higher concentration region to the lower concentration region without using energy, that is called passive absorption. Coming to active absorption. Okay, suppose it's a slope. If I keep the pen, if I keep the marker here, definitely it will roll down. Okay, the thing is, it is at highest point, it is at lowest point. Okay, so ultimately what will happen from the highest point, without using energy, the marker will move down. But now if I keep the marker here and if I ask it to move up, definitely it can't move. Why? Because it is at lower energy. Okay, it is at the lower concentration, this is at highest concentration. So we need energy to pull. Okay, we need energy to move that up. That means active transport needs energy supply. Okay, from lower concentration to higher concentration region, the movement of or the transport of substances needs energy supply. Then only the transport will take place. That is active absorption. So hope you understood the meaning or difference between passive and active absorption first. Okay. So coming to passive absorption, there are further two types. Two examples we can take. One is osmosis and the other one diffusion. One is osmosis and the other one diffusion. Osmosis and diffusion, both we can take examples. Okay. And whereas the osmosis means the transportation The osmosis means transportation of generally solute molecules, solvent molecules. Osmosis means solvent molecules will be transported from, okay, higher concentration region to lower concentration region, okay, without using any energy. That is called osmosis. Okay, and that is an example for passive absorption, right? Coming to diffusion. Diffusion means, as well I already told, passive absorption is nothing but diffusion only. Okay, so it is the principle itself diffusion. Okay, the major principle of passive transport itself is diffusion. So what is meant by diffusion? The movement of molecules, whether it is gas or liquid or solid, everything will be applicable for diffusion principle. Okay, the transportation of the molecules from higher concentration region to lower concentration region without utilization of any energy, that is called diffusion. And this diffusion is further classified into two types. One is simple diffusion and the other one facilitated diffusion. Simple diffusion means molecules alone can be diffused. Okay, but facilitated diffusion means it's just like some old woman. Okay, some old woman on one side of a road. Okay, but she cannot able to cross the road. But she can walk. She can able to walk, but she cannot cross the road. So what is happening? We are going to help her to cross the road. This is how it is. The facilitated diffusion is, okay, with the help of a specialized carrier proteins. There are specialized carrier proteins will help in the diffusion. That is comes under facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion. So examples of substances which undergoes simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion almost the same. Common examples you observe: glucose, amino acids, glucose, amino acids. So simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion, glucose, amino acids, glucose, amino acids. And additionally, vitamins and electrolytes. Electrolytes means ions like chlorides. Okay, will be coming under simple diffusion. And whereas coming to active absorption means energy is utilized. Okay, needs energy to transport. It includes amino acids. This WA indicates amino acids and monosaccharides and electrolytes, some electrolytes. Okay, so this electrolyte includes Na plus. This electrolyte includes Na plus. Okay, and coming to the facilitated diffusion and simple diffusion, hope you have understood. Okay, here I'll write simple diffusion electrolytes. You write Cl minus. Electrolyte simple diffusion Cl minus. Electrolyte Na plus is active absorption. Okay. So hope you have understood the types of absorption. This is about types of absorption. Okay. The next topic is absorption of lipids. Absorption of lipids. So coming to this absorption of lipids, the lipids are not like other nutrients. Okay, they cannot be absorbed directly. They cannot be absorbed directly. So they need some mechanism. There is a need of some mechanism to be happened. So then the lipid molecules will be absorbed. Okay, so how it will happen, I will explain it. Okay. So what lipids includes fats only? No, fats are already digested. The monoglycerides, diglycerides, and fatty acids. This is nothing but fatty acids. Okay, monoglycerides, diglycerides, fatty acids. Okay, so these three substances will be converted into some spherical structures called micelles. Micelles. Okay, called micelles. The spherical structures. Spherical. Okay, spherical structures. So those structures are called micelles, and these micelles will undergoes reformation further. Further reformation it will undergoes to become the chylomicrons. Chylomicrons means protein coated. Chylomicrons means protein coated substances. Okay, they will be converted. Okay, first the monoglycerides, diglycerides, and fatty acids under the action by the action of bile salts and phospholipids. The monoglycerides, diglycerides, and fatty acids by the action of bile salts and phospholipids converted into micelles. What are micelles? Some spherical globules. Spherical globules. They are called micelles. And further, these micelles will be reformed to chylomicrons. So what are chylomicrons? These chylomicrons are the small protein coated fat globules. Here I will write. So protein coated, of course, fat globules only. So these chylomicrons further transported to lacteals, where it will able to enter the bloodstream. It will enter finally. So this is the absorption of lipids. Okay, absorption of different other substances is as follows like this. Okay, but the absorption of lipids will be in this way. So first, monoglycerides or diglycerides and fatty acids should be digested, should be converted into micelles, okay, spherical globules. They are called micelles by the action of bile salts. Okay, by the action of bile salts. Bile salts present in bile juice, right? Okay. See, what bile juice helps in emulsification of fat? No, we already studied that emulsification. Okay. So micelles, and further the micelles will be reformed into chylomicrons. These are protein-coated globules, fat globules, and then they will be entered into lacteals of villi and then enters into bloodstream. So this is absorption of lipids. Now we are going to study about the absorption at the different parts of alimentary canal. What are the absorbed materials at the different parts of alimentary canal? We are going to study now. Suppose in the mouth you take, there are certain drugs. Okay, see, this drugs includes not only addictive drugs. Okay, for example, an aspirin or paracetamol or any tablets, okay, any cold or fever related, if you take any tablet also, that is nothing but a drug itself. Any medicine that you are taking in the form of a tablet or any other form through orally, it must be orally, okay. Then some amount of drug, some amount of drug is get absorbed in the mouth only. Some amount of drug is absorbed within the mouth. Next, coming to the stomach. Okay, in the stomach, what are the materials that gets absorbed? For example, water. H2O means water. Here the CHO means, CHO stands for carbohydrates. See, why I written CHO is very simple. Carbohydrates are consisting of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So that's why I written CHO. Okay. Coming to drugs and alcohol, some amount of drugs will be absorbed into stomach only. Okay, some amount of drug. Suppose if you take any, suppose if you take a 500 mg of tablet, okay, some 500 mg tablet if you take, at least 100 mg will be getting absorbed in the mouth and stomach itself. Then remaining amount in the small intestine, or if any other particular amount of drug is left in the small intestine, that will be absorbed in the large intestine. Okay, so this is how the drugs will be absorbed. See, drugs will be absorbed in mouth, stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. Of course, the ultimate target is small intestine only. The drug has to be absorbed in the small intestine. Then only it will enter blood. Then through blood, it will transport it to the particular target tissue and show its mechanism of action of that particular drug. Okay. So this is how it is. Next, in stomach, some amount of alcohol is also get absorbed. So it will show a negative effects in the stomach, and also this is harmful for health. Okay, consumption of alcohol is, that's why, harmful for health, because it is being absorbed in the stomach also. It causes a lot of other problems, even dehydration also. Next, coming to small intestine, I written all nutrients. All nutrients get absorbed because there is an ileum. So what is an ileum? Ileum is the major and the most important area for absorption. That's it. Ileum itself the most important area of small intestine, where the simplified nutrients gets absorbed and entered into the blood stream. Okay, so this is how. Next, large intestine, water and minerals and some particular drug amount will be excreted out. Okay, this amount of drug can be excreted out later. Okay, and this water and minerals will be absorbed. Okay, so this is how the different different materials get absorbed in different parts of our alimentary canal. Okay, so completely the absorption topic in a very simple way, in a nutshell, I have given. Okay. So next we are going to study the disorders of the first calorific value. I will explain you. After calorific value, I will explain disorders of digestive system. Okay. So I can able to erase now. Can I able to erase? If you have written or taken screenshot, okay, it will be very useful in the form of flowchart. Very simple way I have written. So you can take screenshot or you can write if you have a patience. Okay. Am I right? So calorific value we'll study now. So calories. First, before I explain about calories, okay, the calorific value of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins is generally not for evaluation. Okay? It is not for evaluation. It is only to understand how a different nutrients provides us with which how much amount of energy. Okay, so which nutrient gives us how much amount of energy. See, majorly we are going to concentrate carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Okay, these three substances calorific value we need it. Okay, so it is important. First of all, see, if you keep your finger in front of the nose and release some air, we feel some harm or we feel some warmness. Okay, because some amount of energy in our body is liberated out in the form of heat. Some amount of energy is can be liberated through our nose in the form of heat. Okay, so it is also a form of energy. It is also a form of energy. That means this energy also has some calories, right? Energy, it is a form of energy. The heat is also a form of energy, and this energy also has some value, right? So these values is nothing but the values are nothing but calorific calorific values. Okay. So hope you have understood. Now the perfect definition. Okay, gross calorific value. Gross calorific value. Gross calorific value. Okay, gross or total. Total calorific value. Okay, gross energy value. We can also call it as gross energy value. The definition will be like this: the amount of energy, in the form of heat, from the from the complete combustion of 1 gram of substance, 1 gram of substance or nutrient, 1 gram of nutrient, if undergoes complete combustion, complete combustion, complete combustion, the amount of heat is liberated. No, the amount, okay, heat, some amount of heat liberated. Okay, and this amount of heat liberated from the complete combustion of 1 gram of nutrient is called gross calorific value. It's nothing but gross calorific value. Okay, and I will give you the gross calorific value of the three substances: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay. First, nutrient and nutrient and gross calorific value. Okay, so first nutrient is carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. The carbohydrate gross calorific value, okay, is 4.1 kilocalories. 4.1 kilocalories. Okay. Coming to proteins. Proteins. Calorific value, gross calorific value is around 5.6 to 5.7. So let us take 5.65. Okay. 5.65 calories. 5.65 calories. Okay. Once again, I will calories per 1 gram, no? Right? For 1 gram, how much energy? 4.1 kilocalories of energy is liberated. And 1 gram of protein, 5.65 kilocalories of energy is liberated. And coming to fats. See here 4.1, the fat will be double than that. Okay. So 9.4 kilocalories per gram. 9.4 kilocalories per gram. Okay. So approximately 4.1, 5.65, 9.4 is as follows. Carbohydrate, protein, fat. Gross calorific value 4.1 kilocalories per gram, 5.65 kilocalories per gram, and 9.4 kilocalories per gram respectively. Okay, so this is gross calorific value. Okay, is it clear, everyone? So hope you have understood. Okay, next, the actual amount of energy. I have to tell you one more value. Actual amount of energy that is produced by the combustion of the 1 gram of food is nothing but physiological value of food. Physiological value of food will be nearly equal. Okay, physiological value right here. Physiological value. Okay, this is gross, right? This is gross value. This is actual physiological value. Okay, so around 4 kilocalories. There is no much difference. There is no much difference. Okay, 4 kilocalories. But proteins and fats will be showing a lot of variation. Okay, here 5.6 per right? Here 4 kilocalories. 4 kilocalories per gram. Here 4 kilocalories. Here 9.4, but here 9 only. Okay. 9 kilocalories. So this is the nutrient gross calorific value, actual physiological value. That's false. Okay. Now we are going to study about the disorders, various disorders related to the digestive system. We are going to study orally. I'll explain you. You know that already. First of all, we will study about the jaundice. Okay. So generally, the jaundice is caused due to the excessive deposition of the bile pigments. Excessive deposition of the bile pigments leads to the jaundice. In this, the major symptom is the skin and eyes becomes yellowish in color. Okay, because of the deposition of bile pigments on your skin and eyes become yellow color. That is for jaundice. Next, coming to indigestion. Okay, indigestion means the incapability of our digestive system to perform digestion. That is nothing but indigestion. The major reasons for indigestion process is inadequate, that means insufficient enzyme secretion. Insufficient enzyme secretions only leads to indigestion process. Okay, and also sometimes due to some food poisoning it may happens. And if you eat more spicy food also, it may leads to indigestion. So don't eat much spicy food. Okay, it may leads to indigestion. Okay? We love the spicy food, of course, but we have to take in a moderate content. Okay, not excess content. It may leads to indigestion and then okay. Next, vomiting. All the stomach content will be digestion. Okay, digestion of all the stomach components. Okay, and there will be a question in the competitive, which which part of the nervous system, like CNS, will controls vomiting process? Can anyone? Which part of nervous system, CNS, controls vomiting? It's nothing but medulla oblongata. Nothing but medulla oblongata. It will controls the vomiting process. Okay. Next, diarrhea. Diarrhea means loose motions. Diarrhea means loose motions. Next, constipation. Constipation means inability of the colon to exhibit peristatic movements. Peristatic movements means like okay, spiral movements, which leads to the addition of food, no, addition of undigested food, fecal matter. But sometimes the colon couldn't able to exhibit the peristatic movements properly. It leads to the retaining of undigested food within the digestive system and not being allowed to be digested out. So this is called constipation. Okay. Next, coming to protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition. This is very important. It is included in NEET syllabus, okay, and in some old textbooks it was not there, but it is there in the NEET syllabus, okay. So protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition. So it is commonly PEM. It's commonly called PEM. Okay. See, disorder is also very important. We are getting in the we are getting in the NEET examinations. Okay. Previously, the disorders also asked. Okay. So that even any topic, any chapter, disorders you must not leave. Every disorder you must study only from NCERT. Okay. Next, protein energy malnutrition. So this protein energy malnutrition is the disorder. This malnutrition is related to diet. Okay, our dietary deficiencies of protein and calories. That means carbohydrates. Okay, so the malnutrition of proteins and carbohydrates is nothing but protein energy malnutrition. Protein energy malnutrition, and this protein energy malnutrition leads to two types of disorders. Leads to two types of disorders. Two types of disorders. First one, marasmus. Marasmus and kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor. Marasmus and kwashiorkor. Okay. The protein energy malnutrition leads to marasmus and kwashiorkor. Okay. Marasmus means the deficiency of both proteins and calories, proteins and carbohydrates. Okay, caused by the deficiency of proteins, carbohydrates, both. Okay, so proteins, carbohydrates, both deficiency leads to marasmus. Both deficiency, protein deficiency, carbohydrate deficiency, both are deficient in marasmus disease. Okay, and coming to kwashiorkor, actually this is an African word, kwashio. Okay, kwashiorkor is an African word, and this is only protein deficiency. The main reason is in the below poverty line in some African continent countries, what is happening there is the mother, instead of feeding her baby with her breast milk, she leaves with alternate foods. She will not feed her baby with her breast milk. She start providing alternate foods, and those alternate foods will be having more carbohydrates and less proteins. So this is how the major reason. Okay, so replacement of mother's milk by the high carbohydrate containing food leads to protein deficiency. Okay, so proteins are deficient here. Okay, proteins are deficient because the alternate foods through mother's milk, that is too dangerous, and even immunity also going to be reduced, right? Because colostrum is rich in supplying antibodies. All human beings, okay, whether it is Africa or Asia, every human being is right. The colostrum consisting of same kind of antibodies, so provides immunity. and those proteins are deficient here. Okay, so that leads to kwashiorkor. Okay. So this is all about the disorders. Coming to marasmus, I did not tell you the marasmus and the kwashiorkor some symptoms. Okay, in marasmus, the the children will be very thin, okay, and we can able to see the bones and we can able to count the number of bones also, okay, on their in their body. Next step, very thin limbs and dry, okay, dry, thin and wrinkled skin, okay. The skin is wrinkled, looks like some age-old people, okay, and growth rate is declined, okay, and body weight completely lost, okay, and even development of brain also gone, okay. So deficiency of mental abilities it leads to, okay. So this is how the symptoms of marasmus. And when it comes to the kwashiorkor, the symptoms are very simple. Excessive weight gain because of water logging between the tissues, okay, and the wasting of muscles, okay, and thinning of limbs, and the brain development will be different, okay. So abnormal stunted growth will be shown, but the baby looks, the child looks swollen, okay. The body is completely swollen here because water, okay, because of water logging between the tissues, okay. So these all are symptoms comparison of marasmus and kwashiorkor. Okay, so by this we have completed the digestive system concepts. Okay, so now we are going to start the respiratory system topic. So the respiratory system, first of all, the breathing and exchange of the gases is our topic name, chapter name. Okay, there is a difference between respiration and breathing. Okay, so first I will tell you that the difference between respiration and breathing. Respiration means the oxidation of the nutrients to produce energy. Oxidation of nutrients leads to the production of energy. That is called respiration. And whereas the breathing means the exchange of the gases, exchange of the gases. Okay, from atmosphere and lungs. Okay, between atmosphere and lungs, the exchange of the gases is taking place. That is called breathing. And respiration means it happens in the cell level, okay, cellular level. So generally, that is called cellular respiration. Okay, so this is the difference between the respiration and breathing. Okay, and coming to different respiratory organs first. Okay, body surface. We are coming from basic level, okay, basic level. First I told respiration and breathing difference. Now what are the different respiratory organs in different organisms? Will start from unicellular organisms, okay, body surface, by the process called diffusion, okay. So here body surface itself respiratory organ, right? We can consider, no, because exchange of the gases is taking place through the body surface. So definitely the body surface is nothing but a respiratory organ. Okay, ultimately. Next, skin. Okay, skin or moist cuticle. Skin or moist cuticle. Okay, this respiration is called cutaneous respiration. Cutaneous respiration. Okay, and trachea in insects. In insects, trachea is there. There is tracheal system. Okay, the trachea or the tube-like structures. Okay, in cockroach you might have studied 10 pairs of trachea are present in the cockroach on either side. Okay, and a longitudinal tracheal trunk is going to connect them, and tracheoles will arise from the longitudinal tracheal trunk, and these tracheoles are distributed into tissues. We studied that. You might have studied the tracheal system in cockroach respiratory system, and followed by gills, the most important gills. The what is the scientific name of the gills generally? The gills are also called bronchioles. The gills also called bronchioles. Okay, fishes, tadpole larva, and even prawns. See, tadpole larva, even though it belongs to frog, okay, this larva exhibits only the respiration with gills. Okay, that's coming to lungs. Okay, pulmonary respiration. What is the respiration by lungs? With the help of lungs is called pulmonary respiration. Okay, so most of the vertebrate shows they are having the lungs and respire by lungs. So till now, how many organs we discussed? Body surface. Number one, diffusion process. Next, skin. Number 2, cutaneous respiration. Trachea, number 3, trachea, okay, tracheal respiration. Number 4, gills, bronchial respiration. And number 5, lungs, pulmonary respiration. These are the 5 different types of organs that helps in exchange of the gases in different organisms, okay. Now we are going to study about the human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. So there are two important components of human respiratory system. The first one, the conduction zone, and the other one, respiratory zone. Conduction zone will only helps in the transportation of gases, but whereas the respiratory zone will helps in the exchange of the gases. Okay, respiratory zone is exchange of the gases, like alveoli will come from the respiratory zone only. Okay, so now we are going to study about the human respiratory system. Human respiratory system. First, the respiratory passages. First, respiratory passages or air passages. Okay, human respiratory system. Okay, first, air passages. Air passages. Okay, I will write one sequence so that you will easily remember. Okay, you can able to remember. This is preparation for competitive, not for theory, right? Okay. So external nostrils, external external nostrils. Okay, followed by nasal passages, nasal passages, nasal nasal passages. Okay, followed by internal nares, internal nares, a pair of passages, okay, followed by pharynx, okay. Pharynx is a common chamber for both food and air, and it is a part of both digestive system and as well as respiratory system, okay. Pharynx, next glottis, okay, glottis, right? And through glottis it enters larynx. Okay, through glottis the pharynx opens into larynx through glottis only, right? Okay, followed by trachea, followed by trachea. Okay, and further the trachea will be further opened into primary bronchi, primary bronchi, primary bronchi. Next, secondary bronchi, secondary bronchi. Next, tertiary bronchi. Okay, and tertiary bronchi will be further opens into bronchioles, the branches or bronchioles now. Okay, bronchioles, okay, and these bronchioles will be further terminated into terminal bronchioles. Okay, terminal bronchioles, okay, terminal bronchioles further opens into respiratory bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles. This is just a sequence, memory based. External nostrils, nasal passage, internal larynx, pharynx, glottis, larynx, trachea. Trachea opens into primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi, bronchioles, terminal bronchioles, respiratory bronchioles, and finally this respiratory bronchioles opens into alveoli. Okay, so this is air passages. Okay, this is a sequence of air passages. If anything is missed, that is wrong. Okay. If anything is jumbled, also it is wrong. So it is our prayer duty to remember the same sequence. Okay. Hope everyone understanding and following in a very simple way. I'm trying to revise. Okay, I'm trying my best to revise in a very simple way. Okay, and here you may get a question, sir. What is the difference between glottis and epiglottis? I'll tell you very simple. Okay, first, during swallowing, there is an epiglottis that is called a thin, very thin and elastic cartilaginous flap. Okay, which opens and closes the glottis. Okay, there is a thin cartilaginous flap that is called epiglottis, which opens and closes the glottis. That is called epiglottis. Okay, so hope you understood, right? And this epiglottis will prevent the entry of food. Prevent epiglottis. I'm talking. Epiglottis is a thin cartilaginous flap which prevents the entry of food into larynx by closing this glottis. I think you understand. Okay, everyone. Yeah. Next, trachea. Okay. Trachea is 9 to 12 centimeters, 9 to 12 centimeters, and this trachea is containing C-shaped cartilaginous rings, C-shaped cartilaginous rings, which will protect, they will protect the trachea and also prevent the collapsing of air. Okay, so completely the air is moving inside the trachea very safely because of this cartilaginous rings in the trachea. Okay, so the air can move very freely. Okay, the air can move very freely with the help of the C-shaped rings which are protecting it as a border. Okay, so this is the trachea. That's why the trachea in which wind is moving, right? So that is called windpipe. Okay, the trachea is also called windpipe. So this is about the air passages. Okay. So if you have any doubt regarding any particular passage, please raise your hand so that I can clarify. Okay. So can I continue with the next topic? That is second topic. That is lungs. Okay. Second topic, lungs. We are going to study now. Hope you written this. Okay. Or take a screenshot. Second topic, lungs. Lungs. So the lungs situated in our thoracic region. We all know that. Okay, so basic point you have been studying since your childhood. Okay, thoracic chamber, and it is resting on the diaphragm, right? And right lung has three lobes, and left lung has only two lobes. So once again, I'm telling right lung is having three lobes, and left lung is having two lobes. So because of this, the right lung looks a bit larger than the left lung because of these three lobes and here two lobes. Okay, that is simple point. And lungs are covered by this pair of lungs. We have a pair of lungs. Nobody has more than that pair of lungs. Okay, we have a pair of lungs, and each lung is covered by a double layered pleura. A double layered pleura. Okay, the lungs covered by pleura. Okay, covered by pleura. And this pleura is further consisting of, the pleura is double layered, right? Already told. Double layered. Okay, double layer, two layered. Okay, outer layer is called parietal, and inner layer is called visceral layer. Okay, so outer layer is parietal layer, inner layer is visceral layer. Parietal outside, visceral internal. See, you already studied in structural organization angles. Visceral organs. In cockroach, you might have studied in circulation. Okay, visceral organs means internal organs. Okay, parietal means outer. Okay, so outer parietal pleura, inner visceral pleura. Okay, and there is a fluid which is present between these two layers. There is a fluid is present. Okay, that fluid is called pleural fluid. Pleural fluid. Pleural fluid. The fluid is called pleural fluid. Okay, and what is the use of this pleural fluid? Okay, it helps in reducing the friction. Friction reducing. Okay, friction. It helps to reducing the friction. Okay, and also protective in nature. This pleural fluid also protective in nature. Okay. So what these lungs are included? I will give a simple equation, one line equation. What lungs are included? Lungs equal to bronchi, bronchi plus bronchioles, bronchioles plus alveoli plus alveoli. Okay, this is an equation you must remember. Okay, so what lungs including? Lungs equal to bronchi plus bronchioles plus alveoli. This is lungs equation. One equation will defines what are the organs that are present in the lungs. Okay, so this is all about the lungs. Next, coming to alveoli. So what is the importance of this alveoli? This alveoli will be having the exchange surface. Okay, it is having a surface area which is favorable for the exchange of the gases. Okay, so this alveoli are the site of exchange of the gases. Okay, where the gases exchanges takes place. Okay, on the surface of the alveoli, and each unit of alveoli. Okay, the alveoli, each unit is nothing but alveolus. Okay, altogether alveoli. Each single unit is called alveolus. Each single unit is called alveolus. Okay, and each alveolus is further supplied with blood vessels called capillaries. Capillaries also supplied to each and every alveolus so that the gaseous exchange will take place, right? Okay. Now we are going to study about the steps of respiration. Steps of respiration. What is the time now? Okay. Our time is getting finished. The mechanism. First, I will tell you the 5 steps names. In the next class, we'll continue the mechanism and respiratory volumes and disorders. Tomorrow's class, we can finish. Okay. First, I'll write the steps of respiration. Steps of respiration, I'll write now. Steps of respiration. Okay. The first step is pulmonary ventilation. Pulmonary ventilation. The first step of respiration, pulmonary ventilation. Pulmonary ventilation. It is nothing but the mechanical process called breathing. Okay, breathing is nothing but pulmonary ventilation. Next, second one, second step. Okay, this is the gas exchange between the alveoli and blood. Okay, so that is external respiration. External respiration. Gas exchange. Gas exchange between alveoli and blood. Alveoli and blood. Okay. So that is external respiration. And the third step is, the third step include gas transport. Okay. Gases transport. The third step is gases transport, like oxygen and carbon dioxide transport. Oxygen, carbon dioxide transport. Oxygen, carbon dioxide transport. Okay. And coming to the fourth step. Okay, the next step. It is internal respiration. Internal respiration. The fourth step is internal respiration. The internal respiration takes place between the blood and tissues. Okay. So the gas exchange between the blood and tissues. Blood and tissues. The gas exchange between the blood and tissues. And finally, in the tissues, what happens? The oxidation, cellular oxidation is going to take place. Here mitochondria are the sites. Cellular oxidation, mitochondria is the site. Cellular oxidation. Okay. So this is nothing but cellular respiration. Cellular oxidation also called respiration or tissue oxidation. Whatever. So these are the 5 steps of respiration. Okay. So tomorrow's class we are going to study about all these 5 steps. Starts from pulmonary ventilation, then external respiration, gases transport, internal respiration, followed by cellular oxidation. After this, I'll explain about respiratory volumes and also respiratory disorders. Okay. So today's topics we have completed. Okay, digestive absorption, absorption topic, and calorific value, disorders, and respiratory system introduction, air passages, lungs, and steps of respiration will begin. Okay, so I'm ending the session. If you have any kind of notes, you can raise your hand so that I can discuss with you. Hopefully, there is no any doubt. Okay, everything we discussed in a very clear way. No any confusions. Okay. If you have any kind of doubts, you can raise your hand and give some time. Okay, and wait for 30 seconds. Then I will end the session. Okay, hopefully there is no doubts. I'm ending the session. Thank you very much.